Hello, I'm so glad you're here. It is February and almost Valentine's Day, so I thought I would do a romance book recommendation video. We're going to be talking about Kindle Unlimited romance books. Some you might have not heard of and some you probably have heard of, and I'm just going to try to get you to actually read them. So just jumping right into it, I really want to talk to y'all about my most recent read. I literally finished it like 2 days ago, and it is Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. Y'all, I knew that this book was really loved and it just deserves all the hype that it has received. So in Part of Your World, we're following Alexis Montgomery, and she comes from like a long line. I think it's literally like 150 years of just world-renowned like surgeons, doctors, and her family has been part of this hospital that she works at for a very long time. So that all of that kind of falls under her shoulders. Is she really happy about it? She doesn't really know. But she is traveling, I don't remember where in the beginning of the book. She's traveling somewhere and her car gets stuck. And our lovely Daniel comes to her rescue, and this romance is between her and Daniel kind of lives in this small town. You're just kind of following them as Alexis is trying to figure out what she's doing with her life. It is an age gap romance, kind of a small town romance, not really. She lives in the big city and he lives in this little country town like 4 hours away. It was really cute. It is so heartwarming and just so sweet. I loved Daniel. Daniel literally would do anything for this woman. And just seeing like the found family element of this town just loving on Alexis is so sweet. And yeah, I really enjoyed this book. It was really cute. I ended up giving it a 4.5 star. And I'm excited to continue this series because I know it's a series. I did read the second book, which is Yours Truly. I didn't love it as much as Part of Your World, but I own, what is it? I own Just for the Summer, so I'll be reading that in the summer and I'm so excited. This book also just had so many good quotes, and I highlighted something and I want to read it to you just because it's literally the cutest thing ever. Love follows you. It goes where you go. It doesn't know about social divides or distance or common sense. It doesn't even stop when the person you love dies. It does what it wants. Just so many good quotes, so many good quotes. I loved this book. I'm so happy I read it. Next, I want to talk to y'all about The Bodyguard by Catherine Senner. This book is so cute. I think I read it like last summer. So we're following Hannah, and Hannah is a bodyguard, and she gets this mission to protect this really famous Hollywood actor named Jack. And he has just like this crazy stalker. So you're just following them in this book and their little romance. And in the book, Jack's mom gets really sick, so he goes back home to Texas and they live on this really cute little ranch, but he doesn't want his family to know that he has a bodyguard or a stalker, just protecting his mom from stressing because she's already dealing with so many health issues. So him and Hannah make like a little deal to fake date so that the mom doesn't find out about his whole situation. It was really cute. I really loved Hannah. Hannah's just such a badass, and she's just like really cute on the outside but literally can like kill someone if she wants to. I gave that a 4 star. So if you're looking for like just a short book, maybe you want to read something just on Valentine's Day, a cute little romance, I want to tell y'all about the Improbable Meet Cute series. It was something that I think Amazon and Kindle did together, where they got a bunch of like really big romance authors to write these like 60-page romance books. And I haven't read all of them, but I've read most of them, or maybe half of them. I've read half of them, and they're actually like so good. Like, my favorite was The Exception to the Rule by Christina Lauren. Yes, these are really short books, but like the authors did such a good job with actually like creating a good plot and allowing you to like connect with the characters in such a short amount of time. And yeah, just really cute, fun romance books. I definitely recommend if that's just like something short and sweet. You want something short and sweet for Valentine's Day. I want to talk to y'all about the Chestnut Springs series. You guys have probably already heard about it, but this series is so special and so good. It is like, the whole series is just small town romance books. You're following the Edens family and kind of just each brother's like romance. So in the first book, Flawless, you're following Summer and Rhett is this huge like professional bull rider. He's literally like the face of bull riding. and he gets in a little bit of trouble, so his agent is trying to like clean up his act and hires his daughter to kind of watch over him and like babysit him to make sure he doesn't get in any more trouble. So it's their romance, and it's just, it is so cute. This series literally has my whole heart. There's like the found family element. So many of these characters are literally so full of love, and that's like what the romance feels like. It literally just feels so full and raw and heartwarming, and these characters feel so real. Like when you're reading it, it literally feels so real, which I just love that feeling when I'm reading. I would probably give like this, literally the series, like a 5 stars just in its entirety. Definitely some of my favorite romance books I've ever read, and they're cowboy romance books. That does anything for you? Did something for me? Yeah, definitely recommend that series. It is so good. Y'all probably have heard of it, and if you're not reading it because it's just so hyped up, in my personal opinion, it deserves the hype it has. There's like so many scenes where like all the characters are just together and having dinner, and the banter is literally hilarious, and none of the books disappointed. Like, I definitely had my favorites. I really did like the first book, Flawless. Flawless was really good, but I think Reckless was my favorite. Reckless was really good. I'm gonna start talking about my actual physical romance books. I want to tell y'all about Sunkissed by Casey West. I had never heard of this book before. I literally went to Barnes & Noble and I was going on a family vacation and just found this really cute cover, and it's very short. This book surprised me, y'all. I gave it a 4.5 star. I feel like that's rare when you just walk into a bookstore and grab a book and it's actually like amazing. But this book is literally so cute. You're following Avery, and Avery is on her summer break, but her parents are dragging her to like a family bonding camp. Avery is really into music, so that's a big premise of this book, is just music. So while she's at this camp, she meets one of the workers named Brooks. So it's like an off-limits romance. But Brooks is part of a band, so him and Avery kind of bond over that. But he is struggling to write this song for this contest that he wants to enter. So him and Avery kind of spark up this deal where she'll help him write the song if he helps her just break out of her comfort zone. And you're just kind of following them. They go on a few like adventures. It's just really cute. They're sneaking around because Avery's parents are wanting to like spend time with her, but she's like really wanting to run off with this cute boy that she met. Yeah, very cute, very short, just super sweet. Next, I want to talk to y'all about Well Met. I loved this book. I haven't seen this book a whole lot. I see some people talking about it, but this is such a fun, cute, like fluffy romance, enemies to lovers book. So in this book, you're following Emily, and Emily moves to this small town to help her sister because her sister, I think, is either sick or got in an accident. I read it a long time ago. I don't remember exactly what happened, but I remember she just needs to go to this small town to help her sister, and her sister has a daughter, so Emily's niece. And Emily's niece really wants to be a part of this Renaissance fair that's going on in their town. I guess it's like a huge deal for this town. So they go to her school, and Emily finds out that she has to also participate for her niece to participate. So you're following them through that, and the like leader of this Renaissance fair, Simon, is just kind of grumpy, does not like Emily off the bat, so they just do not get along at all. But Emily starts working at this Renaissance fair, and Simon also is like a character in the fair, and once he's in his character, he's just like super funny, really flirty. He's like a pirate and just a totally different side of him. So it's kind of just Simon and Emily's romance as they go through the fair. It's just honestly just like a fun little read. It's not super serious. It's very just like a fluffy romance. And I think this is part of a series. I want to pick up the other books in the series, but yeah, I gave this one a 4 stars. I'm honestly thinking about rereading it because I read it literally like 3 years ago, but I remember having such a good time reading this. Next, I want to tell y'all about All Roads Lead Here by Mariana Zapata. I am a Mariana Zapata stan. I love every single book I've read by her. If you don't know a lot about this author, she is just known for her slow burn romances and her very thick books, which can be a little intimidating because, yeah, they're freaking chunky, but I read through all of her books so fast. She's the queen of slow burn. Something I love about her books, and specifically in this book, her characters will go from enemies to friends and then to lovers, which honestly I think just like really deepens the connection when that romance does start to happen. But in this book, you're following Aurora and Rhodes, Tobias Rhodes, and it is a enemies to lovers, single dad trope. And this book does deal with some grief. You are following Aurora as she's really trying to figure out what happened to her mom because her mom went missing, I think a few years back. Aurora moved back to her old town that she was living in, and Tobias's son rents out a space on their property to Aurora without him knowing about it. So that was really fun. That's kind of where like the enemies part happens. They just don't get along, but it's really cute. Aurora is like such a loving character. It's just a very kind, like sunshine, genuine character, while Tobias is just a little grumpy man. But yeah, I love this book. I want to reread it. I gave it 5 stars, but I also read it like 3 or 4 years ago. Next, I want to talk to y'all about The Flat Share by Beth O'Leary. This is a one-bed trope, but written in a way you've probably never read before. In this book, you are following Tiffy and Leon, and they share an apartment, they share a bed, but they've never met before. So Tiffy works during the day and Leon works in the night, so they have never met each other. They both just live in the same apartment because Tiffy just needed a cheap flat and Leon is just trying to make some extra cash. And through this little arrangement, they start leaving notes to each other just throughout the apartment. And the notes start out just like them discussing like who's gonna take out the trash, how to run the apartment together, and they slowly kind of get more like personal and just deep. So the notes were just honestly one of my favorite parts of this book. This isn't like a super fluffy romance like I would have expected it to be. It definitely has some darker themes to it. Both these characters are kind of fighting their own demons, and you're just going through that with them. And I remember literally crying at some point in this book. This book just felt so real and genuine, and I was just like, while reading this, I was just like anticipating the moment that Leon and Tiffy would finally meet, and it did not disappoint. I really loved this book. I gave this book a 4 star. So yeah, this is another book I probably want to reread because I read it a few years ago. The last book that I want to talk to y'all about is One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This is definitely not like a super fluffy, fun romance book. It is a very deep, honestly heartbreaking, deals with just grief, and has a lot of just sad elements to it. So if you're in the mood for like kind of, you know, maybe you don't love Valentine's Day, maybe you want to literally just cry on Valentine's Day, read this book. So in this book, you were following Emma, and Emma and Jesse got married. They were like high school sweethearts. They just have the best relationship. They travel the world together. They're just absolutely in love. And on their first wedding anniversary, Jesse is on a helicopter that goes missing. So it's been a long time since Jesse went missing, and her family thinks that he's gone. And Emma just doesn't want to believe it. But Emma ends up moving home back to live with her family and helps her parents run this bookstore. But Emma runs into an old friend, Sam, and there's a little bit of a romance that starts sparking up with them. But then they find Jesse. So yeah, that's not a spoiler. That's literally like on the back of the book. It sounds spoilerish, but it's not. It's on the back of the book. But y'all, it's absolutely crazy. This book is so heartbreaking and sad, but also just so sweet and genuine and real, and you're just following Emma as she's trying to like make this decision with who she wants to be with. Like, does she want to be with this man that she's recently fallen for, or this man that she was literally married to? So yeah, this is a sad one. This is a real one. Yeah, I gave this a 4.5 star. This literally broke my heart. Yeah, so those are my romance book recommendations. I hope y'all enjoyed and maybe took something from this video. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.